Victor Wembanyama and Kevin Durant's second matchup was electric. First, KD came out strong as always, dropped 28 points like it's just another day at the office. He was on fire from the field, hitting 10 of his 15 shots. That's 66%. And from deep, the man's draining 3 out of 5, 60% from behind the arc. Crazy efficient, right? But he struggled a bit at the free throw line, only hitting 5 out of 9, just 55%, which is kinda rare for KD. Rebounding, Durant grabbed 6 boards, but you know he's more of a scorer. And assists, only 1, but let's be real. KD was focused on getting buckets. No steals, but the man swatted 2 shots. Gotta love seeing that defensive effort from him, protecting the rim like a big. But KD did cough it up 3 times with turnovers, which isn't great, and he racked up 3 personal fouls, so he had to watch his aggression. He played 37 minutes, putting in serious work, which just shows how much Phoenix relies on him to do it all. Now let's get into Wemby. The hype was real, and man, did he deliver. 38 points. Are you kidding me? He outscored Durant by 10. The dude was unstoppable, hitting 15 of his 26 shots, good for 57%. And from downtown, 3 out of 6, 50%. That's solid for a guy his size. But what really stands out? His free throws, 5 out of 6, 83%. You've got to respect that kind of consistency from the stripe, especially for a big man. Wemby also controlled the boards with 10 rebounds. Double-digit boards. This guy was everywhere. And he wasn't just grabbing rebounds, he was setting up his teammates too, with 2 assists. KD may have had the block party with 2 rejections, but guess what? Wemby matched him with 2 blocks of his own. Plus, he added a steal to the mix, showing that all-around defensive hustle. Turnovers, just 2, which isn't bad considering how involved he was on both ends of the floor. And like KD, he had 3 personal fouls, but he still managed to stay on the court for 34 minutes. That's an efficient night for a young star. But seriously, this game was a total battle. Wemby going toe-to-toe with Durant in his rookie season, and not just holding his own, but absolutely shining. It's wild to see. Watching them go at it was like watching 2 generations of greatness collide. KD, the established superstar, efficient as always, versus Wemby, the future of the league, showing that he's here to dominate. Let's get into the game, though. The first quarter between Wemby and Durant was something special. These two were putting on a show right from the tip-off. Let's start with Wemby. He came out firing. About 3 minutes into the game, Wemby threw down a huge dunk, and the crowd went nuts. I love seeing him attack the rim like that. Jeremy Sochin set him up perfectly, and Wemby just soared in and slammed it home. You could feel the momentum shift as soon as that dunk went down. It was 9-0, and Wemby was just getting started. Then, not long after, just as Wemby was heating up, KD showed why he's still one of the best to ever do it. With about 8 minutes left, Durant hit a smooth pull-up jumper for his first points of the night. Classic KD. He just makes scoring look effortless. And that pull-up jumper, money every time. That got the Suns on the board, making it 13-2. And you knew KD was going to keep coming. Not long after, Durant drained a deep 3 from 26 feet. Devin Booker found him, and KD just pulled up and hit it like it was nothing. Now it was 17-7, and the Suns were creeping back into it. Thanks to KD's scoring, he always knows when his team needs a bucket. And that 3-pointer was a big one. And then KD, being KD, hits another pull-up jumper, this time from 14 feet. He's so smooth with it. That cut the Spurs' lead to 17-11. You could tell KD was heating up, but Wemby was keeping pace too. In the final minute and a half, Wemby pulled down an offensive rebound and followed it up with a dunk. The guy's relentless. He's everywhere on the floor, always attacking. That dunk pushed the score to 33-16, and Wemby had already hit double digits in points. Durant, though, wasn't going to be outdone. Right after Wemby's dunk, KD knocked down a mid-range jumper to bring the Suns closer, 33-18. He had 8 points by the end of the quarter, just like Wemby, and you could feel the tension building between these two stars. This first quarter was just a taste of what these two were about to unleash. Both Wemby and Durant came out strong, scoring, and making plays, and they showed why this matchup was one for the ages. But let me tell you about the absolutely insane second quarter between Wemby and Kevin Durant. These two put on a show, and I can't wait to break it down. Right at the start, it was all about the energy Wemby brought. Just 2 minutes into the quarter, he connected with Trey Jones for a monster dunk. The crowd went wild, and it felt like Wemby was just getting started. And let me tell you, I wasn't wrong. Moments later, Wemby delivered again, this time with the smooth 13-foot jumper, assisted by Devin Vassell. Everything Wemby touched seemed to turn into points. But he wasn't just finishing plays, he was making them happen too. At about the 8-minute mark, Wemby dished out a sweet assist for an easy 2-foot layup. Wemby's court vision is just next level, and that play showed he's not just a scorer, he's a playmaker. And speaking of buckets, Wemby was far from done. Right as the clock was winding down, Wemby drained a deep 24-foot three-pointer, assisted by Malachi Branham. A smooth stroke like that from a big man? Unreal. And if that wasn't enough, he followed it up with another 24-footer in the closing seconds of the quarter. Wemby was on fire, and the Spurs were rolling. Now, by the end of the quarter though, it was all about Wemby's explosive offense. The 2 long-range bombs he hit, absolute daggers. His energy completely took over the game. Wemby was practically unstoppable in the second quarter. And I gotta say, it was one of the most fun quarters of basketball I've watched in a long time. So that's the situation at halftime. The Spurs were up 20. Let's go to the third quarter. The third quarter was absolutely electric. Wemby and KD were on fire, and it felt like every time I blinked, they were racking up points and assists. Right from the start, Wemby was ready to make his mark. He's so dynamic. When he caught the ball, you just knew something exciting was about to happen. Wemby wasn't done yet. He followed up with a 2-point shot from the paint, showcasing his scoring ability inside. Every time he scored, it felt like the team just got a jolt of energy. It's wild how he can be so tall and yet so agile. Then there was that moment when Durant stepped up again. He's automatic. The way he effortlessly scores is mesmerizing. And just when you think he's out of tricks, hits a deep 22-foot three-pointer, once again assisted by Booker. That shot had the fans roaring. It's like he was just toying with the defense. I swear, every time he shoots, I hold my breath because you just expect it to go in. Wemby continued to dominate, making a beautiful 2-point shot with Keldon Johnson setting him up perfectly. The chemistry between those two is already impressive, and it only seems to be growing. But wait, there's more. Durant drove to the hoop and made another layup. The way he reads the floor and finds his spots is just incredible. Every time he touches the ball, it feels like a highlight is coming. With just over a minute left in the quarter, Wemby wasn't going to let Durant steal all the spotlight. He made another alley-oop dunk, this time showing off his insane vertical. I can't believe how he gets up there. His timing and coordination are simply next level. Then, with just seconds left, Booker hit a big three-pointer to cap off a sensational quarter. It felt like the scoreboard was just ticking away as Wemby and Durant traded blows. And as the buzzer sounded, the energy was palpable. The crowd was on their feet, and you could feel the excitement in the air. The lead was only 14. We were headed to the fourth. Kevin Durant and Victor Wembanyama brought the heat in the fourth quarter. These two superstars showcased their scoring prowess and playmaking skills, making every moment thrilling. Let's dive right in. The energy picked up as Kevin Durant entered the game around 6 minutes and 38 seconds left. He quickly got involved, blocking a shot and grabbing defensive rebound. He's all about that hustle. And then just moments later, he made his mark with a stunning 25-foot three-pointer that brought the Suns closer to the Spurs at 114 to 113. The crowd erupted. Durant's got that killer instinct. Meanwhile, Wemby wasn't sitting idle. He was everywhere, grabbing rebounds and making plays. At 3 minutes and 15 seconds, he threw down a dunk after a nice assist from Zach Collins, making it 121 to 116. What a powerful finish. As the game moved toward the final moments, Wemby wasn't done scoring. He hit a 26-foot three-pointer at 2 minutes and 10 seconds, pushing the lead to 126 to 116. You could feel the excitement building. And if that wasn't enough, Wemby continued to shine, hitting an 18-foot jumper with just over a minute left. His scoring spree was a showstopper, but Durant wasn't done either. With just 45 seconds remaining, he hit a 7-foot driving floating jump shot, 130 to 121. As the clock wound down, both players were delivering highlight moments. Wemby ended the game with a few more free throws, finishing strong, while Durant kept creating opportunities. It was a back and forth exchange, filled with energy, and I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. With every shot made, every assist, and every moment they shined, it felt electric. These two superstars showcased exactly why we love the game. Their talent and flair for scoring made the fourth quarter one for the books. What a game. What an epic showdown the game was. The energy in the arena was absolutely electric as the Suns faced off against the Spurs, and it was impossible not to be captivated by the incredible talent on display. Kevin Durant reminded us all why he's a living legend, making clutch shots and showcasing his unstoppable scoring ability. His smooth play and veteran savvy kept the Suns in contention, and he never shies away from the spotlight. But the true highlight of this game was Wemby. Every time he stepped onto the court, you could feel the excitement build. His blocks, rebounds, and scoring displays painted a clear picture. Wemby is the future of the NBA. At just 20 years old, he's already proving he can dominate against some of the best in the game. His ability to shoot from long range and finish at the rim is something we rarely see. And it's a glimpse of the future of basketball. Wemby's unique skill set and versatility make him a nightmare for defenders, and his basketball IQ is off the charts. He plays with a confidence that belies his age, and it's clear he's just getting started. As he continues to develop, there's no telling how high he can climb. The comparisons to legends will only grow as he matures into his role in the league. As this game came to a close, one thing was certain: Wemby isn't just a rising star. He's the next big thing. The NBA is in great hands with talent. If this game was any indication, we're in for an exciting era of basketball. Buckle up, because Wemby and the future of the NBA are just getting warmed up.